Hey, Samantha Fallhaber here, MoveWellPhilly.com, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that you can do to start helping yourself with whatever is going on with you. I use this yin-yang analogy with clients occasionally because it is pretty simple and gets the point across. So let's talk about two sides that things might come from. One could be you have a lot of pain, like let's take a shoulder as an example. I have my shoulder hurts and it just hurts all the time. So I would ask you to go on a mission to explore and find something that feels good, because it's really unlikely that all combinations of angles that your shoulder is capable of feel terrible. There is probably somewhere a bright spot in your shoulder positioning and combining it with your wrist and your elbow and your scapula and maybe even your ribs and stuff that actually feels good. Okay, so if you have general pain, you're searching for something that feels good. That's your white spot in the middle of a sea of black on that yin yang analogy. Okay, when you find that good spot, you're gonna load it, which is getting good information into the area. Okay, and you're building from the best place that you feel, not reinforcing the negative signals. So if you because there isn't anything such as an actual pain receptor, so to speak. You have nerves, and those nerves convey information. Okay, and if they're conveying information to you that feels bad, it's asking for you to listen to that for whatever reason. Pain science is a super complicated thing. You can research a lot of stuff. But if you continue to work through the painful stuff, it's sending basically bad information back to the nervous system, and it's going to reinforce that and probably make it worse. And your body's going to try to avoid that as much as it can, except for when you force yourself to push through it. Okay? So we want to build on good information. So we're finding somewhere that feels good and working from there. So you find the angle that feels good, and then you load it. So if I was something like this, I would probably find a bookshelf or something like that, and I would do an isometric load. That means not moving, but having contraction going into the muscles. And I would do it basically as lightly as possible. I'd say, how lightly can you press into something, right? Into a wall, into a bookshelf, into a table, whatever. And then how lightly can you press in a slightly different direction? How lightly can you press in another direction? If it creates the pain response, you do it even lighter than that. And to the point that you could even start to just imagine that you're doing pressure. And that actually fires a lot of stuff. You're just imagining that you're doing something, okay? And then after you continue to do that with nice calm breathing, controlling your exhale, you do it a little longer, you do it a little harder, you come out of it, you retest, and you see if anything's improved. Hopefully you find it's a little easier to find the spot that feels good. And you continue to load. You get good information there, you get good information there. The breathing is really important. You want your central nervous system to know that you're safe. If you're feeling really uptight and you're unable to relax, I'd recommend doing this lying down, because a lot of your nerves, a lot of your brain is devoted to caring about whether or not you're falling down. So if you're in a completely safe position, like lying down on your back, it's going to worry about that less. So make sure you feel secure, you're in a good spot, make yourself comfortable, okay? You don't want to be distracted by anything else going on in your body. Part two, let's say that you, so that's like the little white dot in the sea of black, you load the position and you make yourself better. Let's say the other side of it, I feel generally good. There's only one area that you're kind of like, it doesn't really feel great in this one specific area. You're going to back out of that. So that's your spot of dark in the sea of white. And you back away until you feel good again. And you err on the side of caution. So you err on the side of feeling good to better, right? So you're building on a really solid foundation here. You're building on really good information. So go as far as you need to outside of that range, generally rewinding directly. So if you did some movement to get into it, rewind your way out of it, and then start to load that position in a couple different directions. Again, start out seeing how lightly you can do it. Hold for 10 seconds to 60 seconds. I don't know, just try something out. Experiment a little bit. You're going to be your own best experimenter there. And try a couple different directions. Do that. Retest. You want to see a couple of things. One is, did it improve? Is it a different spot? Which means you cleared something and it's in another place now. That's still something changed. You created a change in the tissue. You created a change in the way your body perceives the area as far as being safe. If it feels any worse, stop. Okay? If you should see a professional anyway, one-on-one. It's always going to be better seeing somebody in person who has educated eyes about all of this stuff. And obviously you don't want to aggravate anything. That's why we're going to good feeling stuff and reinforcing that good feeling stuff, and building off of there. Again, if anything feels worse, definitely need to see a professional. If anything, if you can, go see a professional anyway. But I know a lot of you aren't going to do that. So here is an example for you to try, okay? And just wanted a little shout out to Inverted Gear for this badass t-shirt, which is a perfect for a yin-yang analogy, this black and white here. And I hope that helps you. Too long, didn't watch. I'll do this last 30 seconds here, 5 minutes 30. If you hurt, find something that feels good. Isometrically load, press into something as lightly as you can in any direction, so you're pushing but not actually moving. If you generally feel good and you only have one area that feels bad, find the area that feels bad, rewind out of it until it feels good, and load that position to get better information between your brain and the area so that it feels safe and starts to send signals to the tissues. Do that consistently for as long as it takes, which could be months. And then make that stronger, make it stronger, make it stronger. Keep improving yourself, work on it all day. Quit your jobs and only work on that until your body feels amazing, and stop doing things that hurt. Okay. Hope everybody has a great day. Because again, this is Samantha Fallhaber with MoveWellPhilly.com.